All right. It's been a long time.
Are still alive, and believe me, I am still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. I feel fantastic, and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive, still alive.
What? Oh, this, yeah, I think I outgrew most of my suit, and my hat, my cap, you know, it changed color, I guess. Still look good, huh? Yeah? Yeah? Let's just get on with the video.
Hello, it's me, Kiara, and I'll be the host today. I'm in charge of this video. And well, I'm gonna be the one reviewing these videos today, okay? Because it's about Slav Puppy. Yes, I'm a Sov, like a Soviet Union or something. I should be canceled for this, but, I don't care. I'm in charge. All right? Slav Puppy.
Kara, what are you doing here? Get on my couch.
Ah, fine. Come on.
Get off.
We're finally back, and sadly, this is the last of the mix era and the start of the decline. Anyways, I kind of want to have a small retrospective before we start. Now, when I started these videos, I thought they were just going to be fun, and that although I know that 2020 and onward were bad, I thought that, okay, well, the first, 8 or 9, they're all great, they're good. Like, I thought they were all going to be enjoyable and fun. And no, that wasn't the case. 2011 and 12 were boring as shit. However, to be fair, they were the start of the channel and they were a product of their time. They're, not really fun to watch. Most of the videos are boring. There are a few standouts, but yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. However, then we got 2013 and, things started to get good. And I was like, oh, this is where it starts. This is where we start to have the peak comedy. And that wasn't the case because later on 2014 came and that was also a piece of shit. Yeah, I hate 2014. I still stand by it. Although it's still better than Modern 4, it's not fun and I'll never forgive it for creating the stupid guards and retards theory, which I also hate. And I'm not gonna lie, I think most people think it's funny because of nostalgia. I can't stand any of those episodes. And then we got back up with 2015, which is a great year, and I can see why some people would say it's their favorite. The same with 16. They're both great years, an example of peak comedy of 4. And then we got 2017, which was the mix era start. And it aged better than I remember. I still think it's a great year. Could be close to my favorite. It's still a tie with the next one, which is 2018, which is also just as funny and epic. Also had a great arc and probably the only good arc with the Waluigi arc, and it felt like the finale. It felt like the end of the series. And now we're in 2019, and oh boy, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah. So I feel like 2019, this one is a mixed bag. And I'm not gonna lie, I could see why some people hate this year because it did start to decline. We will get there and we'll talk about it. There's a lot for me to say. This video is going to be very, very long, probably longer than any of the other videos. You all wish me luck. I'm the one watching all these videos for you, not you, audience members, because I love you. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Eat your popcorns. Let's talk about this mix era of a year. And I got my trustworthy Steve, the GOAT, to stick by me. He's gonna be under my pants. Don't worry about it. Don't question it. I think.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
This is kind of a weird place to start because this is the second most viewed video in the entire channel. And for the life of me, I don't really know why. It's not bad. I actually think it's a pretty fun video. There's a lot of good jokes, but it's not one of those videos I think of when I think of the best of 4. And I believe there are videos from 2015 to 18, heck, even some from this year that deserve more views than this one, but it's still a pretty fun video. Mario and Toad are looking for milk and get into a little fight, but then they bump into Luigi, who coincidentally works as a milk truck driver. Luigi had different jobs and shifts in the Golden Mix era. I don't remember which year was established, but he had random jobs in random episodes. And I love that part of his character. I remember I mentioned it last year, but I still like to mention it this year. What happened to that? I missed that. Anyways, Luigi accidentally gets into their antics and they mess with his boss, who it turns out to be Jeeves. Okay, how small is the Mushroom Kingdom? They get him so pissed that he decides to force them to make more milk for him. Okay, I understand Luigi and Toad to some extent, but why Mario too? Just shoot him or something. Mario is just gonna cause more trouble, especially when he's near Toad. Which, yeah, Toad goes crazy when he's near Mario, okay? He's chill when he's not near him, but you get the point. The rest of the video is very entertaining. I really enjoyed it. And Steve's here again. Yes, he's the best again. And it seems like he's working for Jeeves, but that's not true. He's just testing and watching how the mortals work, okay? He doesn't actually work for him, okay? Let's just get that straight, okay? Although not really one of the best, I will give it credit. It gave us a very iconic moment at the end with the trio we love and we'll sadly miss. I'll enjoy this while it lasts.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario's forced to go outside by 4 for some unknown reason. Okay, editor's note. Actually, it was explained in the video. I'm actually sorry. Never mind. Anyways, Mario decides to relax, but he gets attacked by something like always. And this time it's like a big chungus, and he gets annoyed, so he tries to hunt it down and then later cook it. But he ends up getting in more trouble, and a bigger tribe of chunguses attack him, and then later he's forced into court, but he gets help from Meggy, which that's probably the best part of this video. I kind of like that scene, but it's fine. I think it's okay. I just was never a really big fan of Chungus. The Chungus gag was kind of getting annoying. Like, I get it. Chungus is fat. It was funny the first few times. Okay? I don't know, maybe if you're like villain nostalgia, you might find more enjoyment out of this video. But, to me, it's just an alright video.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
I love this video. Now, this is very simple, yet it works amazingly. Bowser has a new challenge in his cooking show, and he splits the true cast into 2 teams. Now, the first team is with Mario, Thor, Meggy, Bob, and Boomkins. And the second team is with Psycho, Tari, Luigi, Shroomy, and Toad. The challenge is that they have to make an amazing dish for Bowser. Whoever has the best one wins the challenge. And off they go. They all just do their thing in the kitchen. And I love all the interactions. They actually use all the personality of these characters very well. It's very fun to see and just such a joy. I love it. All of the true cast are used very well. Yes, that even includes Bowser, even though he has less screen time than everyone else. But I had such a great time. This reminds me of why I love this cast more than any other cast from the past or future. Because this is the forecast. And this is the best example of the chemistry of the characters. There's just so much fun, and I laughed a lot. I love the bouncing personalities and all that. This stuff I crave. And sadly, this is one of the last times we'll ever see the true cast all truly. Although there is one problem. Where the is Steve? Steve, the Great, is a part of the cast too, and he's the one character that's missing, aside from EGAG, but still, Steve is the most important one, okay? So who cares? Steve has to be here. Okay. To be fair, Steve is OP. Maybe that's why he's not in the video, because if he was, whatever team he'd be in, he'd easily take the win. And even if those 2 teams combine, he'd whoop their asses all, because he's like, the Superman of this universe. So you know what? Fine. Maybe that's why he didn't come. But anyways, this is just an amazing video. I love it. It's going up high. It wouldn't be a shocker if this is the best one of the year. And that's also kind of sad, but I recommend you all to watch this one. I didn't say much of what happens or the jokes, but that's because it's just so fun.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Oh no, not another one of these Valentine's Day specials. Not only is that the holiday where I remember that I'm single, these specials suck. They always get me angry. They're so bad. Wait, this one's actually not bad? Thank you, Jesus. Thank you so much. Okay, for real though, this one's actually just good. This time, this video stars Shroomy. And actually, I didn't mind this. He's very fun. And I do think he's very underrated in the channel.
It was so funny. It had like all my favorite SMG4 characters and Shroomy.
Anyways, he has a date. Now, who is this lucky lady? I bet she's a pretty. Oh my gosh, what is that? If he likes smashing Teletubbies, good for him. Anyways, with the title of the video, you think that it would be about Mario giving Shroomy advices in Valentine's Day, but actually he only gives Shroomy like one, and the rest of the video is actually advices from other cast members, and yeah, it's funny. I didn't mind. There's a lot of good jokes here. I just had fun with this one. I expected to hate it like a bunch of other Valentine's Day special, but hey, good for being another one of those rare few that are good.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario messes with a pilot in a plane trip and then crashes and lands on an island all alone where now he has to survive and escape or hunt for food. It's that type of plot. It has good moments. There is a good moment where he thinks about his friends. Shows he cares about them still. Except for 4, he never gave a shit about him. Which, by the way, yeah, it is exactly how I'd feel. After watching all these videos in order, and then later on seeing what 4 does to him in the future, yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, 4. He could screw off. Anyways, I just think it's just a good video. It's not much to say.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario does a bet doing this challenge of walking backwards, so then some of the true cast decide they want to do a challenge too. Tari decides to do sports. Maggie tries to walk through a lake, which, by the way, remember that there's a reviver thing for Inklings. Just keep that in mind, okay? Bob tries not to swear, which is funny, but aged badly when you look at the newer crap. Boomkins tries not to watch anime for an hour, which technically he has already done in the past. Like, not every video he's watched anime. This shouldn't be that hard for him. Psycho tries to be nice, and Luigi tries to manage a haunted mansion. All of these challenges are fun, they're creative, I enjoy them. Also, I kind of forgot to mention this in a couple other random videos, but Dr. Mario is still a separate character. I think it'll be fun to mention if you all forgot. Whatever. This is just another entertaining video.
You are the father.
That doesn't mean anything!
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario and Luigi are arrested and kept an eye on by Chris and Swag, which, shockingly, they're actually pretty funny here. Now, I don't really have much nice things to say about those two characters. Well, actually, I'm okay with Chris, but if you watch my past videos, you know why I don't like Swag. But I'm kind of surprised that I actually did enjoy them here. Maybe it's because they had smaller roles and they're playing villains, which fits them more, especially Swag. Now, appreciate this that I'm praising him here because I don't know if it's going to happen again. But anyways, the rest of the video is just a fun time of an escape where Bob and Boomkins plan it actually, not Mario and Luigi. And I actually like that. It gives them more of a reason to be there. And, you know, it's pretty cool, right? And then later on, they meet up with Maggie, Tari, and Psycho, and they go on a crazy, awesome, badass car chase scene. It's so much fun. I love it. It's another one of those great fun times, even though it technically has already been done. Like, this isn't the first time Mario was arrested, although, here's the thing, I can't really judge because I actually helped SMD965 make a prison escape video. He technically did most of the work, like let's just say 70, but I did 30% too because I did add some of my own jokes and I did help him with a lot of the audience and stuff. But still, that counts. We technically made our own prison video, so yeah, I can't really judge here. And it's funny, so, you know, who cares? Also, check that video out too. It's also pretty good. This time, the dynamic is Mario, Luigi, and Maggie, the real one. And yeah, that one's also pretty fun too. I hope you guys enjoyed that video.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! I won!
Okay, meta joke. Unless if you're Deadpool, it's gonna be really hard to make one. Although, you know what? It's okay. As long as it's a rare thing and it's not overused in the future, and they don't break world building or question what the characters actually can and can't do, I think we'll be fine. Right? Anyways, Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad are celebrating something in the Mushroom Kingdom. To be fair, in the game, they never really said what specifically they were celebrating about either, so, I mean, I can't really get upset. Then they meet a fairy who gets kidnapped by Bowser, so they try to rescue her. This is basically Mario 3D World, but with jokes. And yeah, they're funny. I like them. Also, I do love that they actually still gave Toad his Bible. Remember guys, Toad is great Christian or Catholic representation, okay all? Anyways, yeah, this is just another funny video.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Welp, we're here. The start of the anime arc. And aside from that, on its own, this video is actually pretty good. I even remember when I first watched this, I actually still laughed a lot. There's a lot of great anime references, even though when I was younger, I thought, ew, gross, anime's for girls. Even though I actually had waifus at that time too, which, yeah, it makes me a stupid hypocrite. You guys can make fun of me for that. So Tari decides to make challenges of anime-based things, and Mario, Bob, and Boomkins try to win. There's a lot of fun moments, although weirdly enough, Meggy appears in the beginning and then she just leaves. That's such wasted potential. There could have been a lot of funny jokes here, but it's still really good. And also the final fight is very awesome. Like, I technically watch more rom-coms than anime, but it's kakui.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Okay, last video actually ended with the Mushroom Kingdom blowing up by the anime challenge. And for some reason now, Peach is so pissed off she decides to ban anime altogether. Even though this is like the 1,000th time the castle blew up. If this is the case, doesn't that mean Mario should be banned like a bunch of times because he caused the castle so much damage on his own, literally? See, that logic doesn't really make much sense. Although, let's be honest, it was all forced for the plot of this arc. And whatever, they wanted like a reason. And although it doesn't really make much sense, fine, we'll go with it. Anyways, Mario later on ends up in an illegal operation where there's a group of people selling anime to the Mushroom Kingdom illegally, with Boomkins a part of this group. Also, it's kind of cool that they got Lemmy here. They actually didn't forget that Lemmy actually likes anime too and is friends with Boomkins. Man, I hope they show Lemmy a little bit more with Boomkins as friends and they just don't forget about it. I think you already know the answer. The rest of the video is actually them just trying to sneak anime to the Mushroom Kingdom while they're being searched by the organization ASS. Yes, that's what they call themselves, which are against anime and is led by 4.
Come on. We don't want to hurt you.
Liar!
Also, this is the first time 4 actually talks with Luke's voice actor, and
Come on, man. Respect the law.
it's technically one of his better moments of acting because, let me just say this, unlike Kevin, who, say what you want about him, he can act. Meanwhile, Luke can't. He just sounds like the same guy and dead inside most of the time. However, here he's not the worst. He's just okay. He doesn't sound like he doesn't give a shit. I'll give him that. But I still wish he was just quiet. He really shouldn't talk. It's not that bad though. He doesn't talk every single time he's on screen. Or say all his lines, which makes literally the subtitles pointless. Also, that doesn't really matter because this video actually is hilarious. If it wasn't for the jokes, this would be much lower, but it's going higher than it deserves. So, you know, good for you. You actually made me laugh. And also it ends on a cliffhanger, which kind of excites me because now some of the crew members are actually going to a trip to Japan. Lucky. And it's all being set up by Francis. I wonder how this will go.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Oh, right. I forgot to mention this, but Mario actually doesn't go to Japan with his friends. He still owes Francis a lot of money for losing the anime merch from last video. So what do you think he does? He opens up a lemonade stand. Yeah, that will make your money back ASAP. Although for real, he should just ask Bowser for help. Bowser's like your friend and he owns a bunch of restaurants. Maybe you could ask him to borrow one of those? Maybe? Although then again, we already had a bunch of restaurant plots before, so... I mean, this is different, I guess. Although, wait a minute. Didn't SML do this plot first? Although, screw that! This video is actually better. Despite it being simple, I think this is much funnier. Like, there are better jokes, and it does go crazy in the end. So it just starts off with Mario trying to sell lemonade to people, but then he gets a rivalry with Jeeves still selling his milk, who still has a grudge on him for that milk video, which, by the way, I do like that detail. And they just keep trying to beat each other and get more customers and make things cheaper for them. And, you know, they keep going back and forth, back and forth. And meanwhile, Tari tries to make things less chaotic, but Mario makes things more worse. And it all ends up causing a war between anime weebs and the milk gentleman. It's so crazy. And I don't know why, but in the end, Maggie just comes in and tells everyone this war is BS. And I'm not gonna lie, this made me laugh my ass off. I don't know why, it's so simple, but it's actually hilarious. I think the laughs just save this one because it's nothing special. Still though, I recommend this one. Oh, also Killer Child has a cameo. And yes, I still call him that. I don't care what you tell me.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Also, I forgot to mention this, but 4 ends up joining Boomkin's Bob and Psycho because of Peach's laws, which are discriminatory towards Psycho since she's an anime person. Which, oh my gosh, I mean, I know Peach is a bitch, but I didn't know she was racist. Wait a minute, oh yeah. Anyways, they end up going to Japan together, which by the way, I always wanted to go for reasons. And yeah, it's a pretty fun journey. I actually do enjoy these characters interacting together. And then they meet Axel for the first time, which by the way, he's a completely different person. He's actually more chill and cool, and I actually enjoyed him here, which is weird because I hate him in the other videos he's on. But maybe that's because he's not a stupid simp here. He's just a of anime. And I do enjoy the chase they have with him. This video is funny, but not as funny as all the other ones we talked about. But I think the creativity in this chase saves it. Although there is one problem with this video. This kind of hurt my head a little bit, but when they talk to Axel, apparently he treats Psycho, a living anime person, as a big deal. Like it's never done before. There is no such thing as living anime people or someone bringing them to life. Even though Boomkins used a wand to bring Psycho to life. You're telling me no one else tried that before? Around the world filled with like billions of people? Also, there are other ways to bring anime things to life. Like in future videos, they did show some stupid BS way to do that. But yeah, you still get the point. Also, this doesn't make any sense because aren't Pokemons and their trainers anime? And Kirby too, he's anime technically. Also, didn't we already see living anime people that are sentient in the past and future? What are the rules? This actually hurt my brain. I was confused. I know Luke and Kevin just wanted to do a BS way for some sort of, ooh, she's special. How is she special? We've seen people like her before alive. We've seen anime people around here. Like the 4 channel. What? Anyways, this video is just fine. It's pretty good, okay? It's still good. It's just that one part hurt my brain. Oh my gosh, why did it remind me of the anime? Okay, to be fair, at least it's not that utterance. Oh my gosh!
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Meanwhile, after the Lemonade video where Maggie picks up Mario, Tari, and later on Luigi off screen, now she has her own boot camp and is training them very hard to win the next Splatfest. Also, before you ask what happened to her other 2 team members, they just left her. It's never explained, and actually, I'm not joking, it's never explained. What happened to them? Did they just have a fight or something? Like, I know no one really gives a shit about them, and even I didn't, to the point where I forgot about them and didn't even mention them in the 2017 video, or even remember their names. I had to look it up on Google. But still, you could have potentially turned them to characters. Maybe they have some twin or best friend or even gay dynamic. It's better than the stupid 4x3 shit they try to force on us in the newer stuff. You could have done anything with them. But nah, they just kicked them out, and I know why they did this. They just wanted 2 characters we actually give a shit about to be in the team. Which, by the way, I also have an issue with this. They pick Luigi and Tari, which, yeah, they could have potentially been a cute dynamic since they both are similar, but they don't really interact with each other much. At this point, just replace Tari or Luigi with Toad or Bowser or Steve! Yes, Steve! Because at least they have a different personality, and then there'll be much more funnier interactions, but I guess this is fine. Anyways, the rest of the video is Maggie being harsh. However, here's the thing. I actually think this one works. This is the only time when her being a jerk actually works, because that's the point. She actually learns a lesson here. She learns that she was going too harsh on them and later on actually feels bad. Oh my gosh, I forgot she was actually a character. Maybe it's because the newer videos just made her such a bitch. But here, it shows that yes, she still has flaws, but she still cares about her friends and she is willing to say sorry. And I actually like this. This is the best emotional moment with her and Mario. Yes, there are some good jokes, but this moment actually saves it, making it higher. Possibly top 20 or 30 best material. I'm not joking. crazy because this is actually good development. It shows that Mario, although he's still a jerk at times, he actually already grew. He already showed that he cared about his brother in 2018 with the Waluigi arc, and here, he's actually showing care for his best friend, Meggy. He actually cares for her. And as for her, yeah, sometimes they don't agree with each other. She's not a person who would actually beat the shit out of him every single damn time. Wow, I can't wait for Luke and Kevin to forget about the development about these two characters. But still, I think this works so well because their bond has been established very well since 2017. This is possibly my favorite moment with these two characters. And then later on, they just train better, and I actually am happy here. Wait. Dusty comes here and steals your weapons. We needed a cliffhanger. Although, to be fair, this does start another fun rivalry. I hope they continue this and later on. Let's see how this goes.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
So Meggy, with the help of Mario, Luigi, and Tari, try to get their weapons back from Dusty. However, she's at her base, and it has really well security. A lot of dangerous weapons and all that crap. So it's gonna take them a while. Meanwhile, 4 Boomkins, Bob, and Psycho, with the help of Axel, try to get back to America. Wait a minute! The Mushroom Kingdom's in America? I thought the Mushroom Kingdom was in some foreigner land or something. Also, they have to deal with Chris and Swag, which...
Your kind's not allowed in this beautiful country of ours, lol.
Swag. Come here, you son of a bitch. Come here. That should apply to you. I'm not joking. In every single way. I do like how these two plots actually connect in the end, where both groups actually meet up and later on team up to go against Dusty, who actually is a pretty good rival for Meggy. I do think she is a decent threat, and I can't wait to see her reoccurring as a villain for Meggy to deal with. I bet they're not going to waste this potential rivalry at all. Also, for once, 4 actually does something wholesome, surprisingly. Good for him, actually. I'm happy for you. I still hate you, though. Anyways, yeah, this video is actually pretty fun, and yeah, so far this anime arc isn't that bad. There's a lot of good videos here. I think I'm enjoying this a little too much than I should. Although, wait, it's, we got one more video, right? This might be a good, decent arc. Let's see what happens next.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Most of the true cast are back together. Hey, I said most of them. We're still missing Toad, Bowser, Troomy, Professor Egag, and Steve. Where the hell is Steve? They're planning to break into the Mushroom Kingdom and try to convince Peach to like anime. But how? We got Axel! And his cool pen, I guess. Okay, sure, that could help. Also, we do learn some of his backstory, where he actually lived in Inktopolis, but he was made fun of for drawing manga and anime. Although that's kind of weird because aren't Inklings kind of based off anime-like stuff? And don't they have their own manga? Okay, I guess. I don't really like that. I kind of wish it was just a Meggy thing and the Inklings were just cool with it. And maybe Inktopolis is part of Japan? Hey, if America could be with the Mushroom Kingdom, why can't Japan be with Inktopolis? That could have been decent world building. Anyways, they're all off. It's very enjoyable. I like how they sneak in. And I do like that stupid cringe song Boomkin sings to Peach. This should have really been the end of the anime arc. I'm not gonna kid you all. I'm serious. And I know some of you were gonna type back in the last video I talked about that you made a mistake. You said this was the last in the anime arc, but there's more. Listen, I said that intentionally because this should have been. The first half of the anime arc is actually pretty funny. This is a funny video too. Not as good as the other ones, but it's still good. And it's a good conclusion. And they should have just stopped afterwards. They should have made a Splatoon arc after this and instead make smaller scale arcs like more often. But also, I want to say this before I finish. It's kind of also important for a specific channel. Yes, I told you I do work with him a bit, and I did come up with some ideas and scripts. We work together. It's like a 2-damn team. He's pretty cool and all. I enjoy talking to him. However, we did have a talk one time about what is canon and is not in the SMG4 channel to his timeline in his channel. And, it was kind of interesting. Because here's the thing, 2014 to 2018, at the very least, are canon to the SMD965 channel, because there are references to those videos. For example, the Ouija board came from the 2014 Ouija video, so yeah, that year is absolutely canon. And Enzo came from a 2013 video, but he was more reference of the Christmas special. So, of course, 2015 is canon. It's absolutely making the other ones before canon too. There's references of Bob and Toad's rivalry from the train video from 2017 or 18. Kind of forgot which year, but it doesn't matter because Dusty also comes from 2018 and is alive here, even though she has different colored tentacle hair, it's still her. It's just that now she looks a little different because at least in this continuity timeline, her hair color is different. So yes, the events with her still happen. It's just that her hairstyle was a different color. Yeah, I had to explain that, I'm sorry. But yeah, that means 2018 is also canon. However, we don't know anything else that's canon afterwards. Like after that, where does it stop? And we did kind of have a small talk about if 2019, like the first half is canon. I like to say that this is where it all stops, you know, this video specifically, because afterwards we can actually work with everything else we got and wipe out all the new arcs and the OCs. So yeah, those aren't canon, none of those newer ones. Although technically Axel still exists, so that kind of asks questions of where he is. Although we like to say he's just in Japan. Just thought it would be kind of fun to mention. If SMD965 is watching this, I hope he answers this. We are planning something in the channel, but we're not gonna say it, okay? We think it'll be fun if it's just a surprise. Go watch his channel, enjoy. If you don't like the newer stuff of 4, you'll like this new timeline. Anyways, yeah, that was a crazy complicated talk about something else. Yeah, this video is pretty good.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Side note, I need to kind of take a break after this part because I had surgery on my foot, and you know that's one of the few reasons why this video was so delayed, and I needed a break. I had to rest a lot for a month or two, I don't remember, and also I have like scratch in my face, so before you ask why I have a band-aid, that's why. And yeah, I'm gonna look into that for probably the rest of the video, but hey, you know, it's no big deal. Anyways, yeah, continue.
Maggie's missing, which is a bad thing because her team is next. So, to a very, very hard but smart decision. They replace her with Bob. And they lose to Dusty. Easily. Obviously. Okay. You had other options. You could have picked Psycho, then this lazy ass bum. So, this is all on you guys, and it's kind of embarrassing. But anyways, they all go back in a little group and question where Maggie could be, and are about to search for her, but then Dusty comes in and joins them because she's not satisfied with her win and wants to face her on fair and square. Wait a minute, then what the hell was all that stuff about last video? You stole their weapons! You didn't want to fight them fair and square, you wanted them disqualified! I feel like this is just done to force her into story in an unnatural, stupid way, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. And knowing what they do with her later on, it makes it worse. But anyways, they search for her, they don't succeed, and then they all have a little fight where half of them believe that the person who might have kidnapped her is Axel, and the other half say, no, come on, he can never do such a thing, he's a good guy, even though they barely know him. But yeah, they're trying to keep this like, oh, you know, mystery, and yeah, you know, it's whatever. I don't care that much for this video. It's not bad. There are 3 moments that made me laugh hard.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love that moment. 4 has such bad taste, I want to see him get the shit beaten out of him. Did Axel actually kidnap Maggie? Woo! Let's see what's next, even though we all know later on in the future that he's a good guy. But, you know, back then, I guess you could have some suspicion. Let's see!
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
So Mario, Luigi, Tari, and Dusty keep looking for Maggie while more Inklings and Octolings are going missing. And on the other side, 4 go and recruit people. And they only manage to recruit Chris and Swag, who aren't even funny and have the worst jokes. God damn it, I was actually saying positive to you guys last few videos. I thought you guys would be funny here too. I thought they were gonna be consistent and, you know, they'd be okay. But no, you guys had to piss me off again. We had to waste other characters for you guys' asses. And you know, I'm just gonna say it, you guys are overrated. Ugh.
We're gonna need more than these 2 idiots if we're going up against Axolo.
Yes, Bob actually has a point here, 4. You know a couple other guys like Toad, Bowser, Shroomy, Professor Egag, Steve the Goat, XFM. This shouldn't be that hard, right? Just contact them and then pick them up and make them join your army, and yeah, you're off. You guys do much better. They're all capable on their own, and we've seen you guys team up before. You guys do, you know, this can work. This shouldn't be that hard. Anyways, 4 just ends up going without even trying to get any more people in the group. Such a waste. And oh look, they fight mindless anime people, which let me just say this, has kind of pissed me off, but they just waste this concept. They portray every single anime person like a mindless idiot. I even forgot Dabby was here.
Quite frankly, I can't wait to kill some fucking kids.
I'm an MHA fan, but he's just mindless too, and that's just kind of lame, and I would have loved to see these anime characters have their personalities from shows they came from. Later, both groups meet up with each other, and they go in the boat and ride. Dusty even opens up and acts like she's growing as a character, and she actually starts to like them. This feels forced because so far, she wasn't the most happiest person. If anything, she was pissed off at most of these characters. They had no development, almost none. This is stupid. I don't like this. This just feels so forced. Oh my gosh. It's just like 2 videos since you teamed up. Name one moment where she was growing with this group. Yeah, you forgot it. There's any in this stupid video itself too. Oh, and by the way, she gets kidnapped and is taken to the lair where Maggie's at. And whoop! Axel's innocent! What a surprise! What a surprise! Right? We all thought it was gonna be Axel, right? Totally no one thought of that! No one ever thought of that! Oh my gosh! Whoa! Genius writing! Oh my gosh! 100 out of 10! 100 out of 10! This video sucks! Okay, I take it back. I was about to say this was average in the script, but looking back at it, no, this video is just not good. I don't care about this video. It's not even that funny. Next!
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Oh, thank God. Finally, we have a break. This is the 3 million subscriber special. And how is it? Okay, the worst parts are Ouija Pie, Starman 3, and that Glasses Mario, which I forgot his name, but I don't care to look him up. Those guys suck. But aside from that, this video is great. Now, I totally needed this. After talking about the last few stupid videos with so much stupid forced conflict and forced development that, you know, all that crap, I absolutely needed this one. This one is actually pretty fun to watch fans be passionate and make these fun shorts and... ugly face. And I do appreciate this. I actually love this. Also, the OCs of these separate channels seem more entertaining and more fun than the actual future OCs we got. Really hits home. What can I say? Just another good video made from a bunch of fans. Anyways, let's go back to Pain.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Maggie.
Oh God, I wish. We're back to this story, which definitely didn't need to continue. And yeah, Maggie, Dusty see Axel, confirming that he's innocent since he's in the cell with them all. So, who is the real mastermind? You're not gonna believe it. You're all gonna be shocked. Those who haven't seen this arc before, this will blow your mind. You definitely didn't expect this if you were paying attention. No one expected this. It was Francis! Oh my gosh, what a twist! I was totally not thinking of that before. It's not like he was definitely not the other suspect. Yeah, no, we definitely didn't think of that. Oh my gosh. I'm so... This is so amazing. Top tier writing. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and Popcorn. Masterpiece. What a work of... This twist sucks. It was obvious that it was him. Did it shock anyone? And also, why did they even keep this surprise for the next video? They immediately reveal this in the beginning. Why couldn't you just do it with the last video's ending? There was no other suspect after Axel was revealed innocent. Anyways, yeah, Francis is the real bad guy. He stole Axel's ink waiver and wants to create his own waifu island. And he's using Inkling's and Octolink's energy and blood, well, I think it's blood, of theirs, to power up his pen and create more anime people. Wait a minute. The layer, it looks familiar. And this plot, it sounds familiar too. Did Luke and Kevin just stole from off the grid? No, I'm not joking. So the plot is this. Stryker is looking for his partner, Pixel, because she was kidnapped by evil person named Vampra. And she steals the Stickbot's energy to power up her staff and her body. How dare you steal from an underrated series? By the way, check off the grid. It's actually very underrated. It's better than this last half of the stupid arc. And meanwhile, with the other characters, they get attacked by more anime things, and there's even a fight between Godzilla and Boomkin's fodder. And yeah, this is kind of the best part. It's kind of cool, I guess. And there are a lot of good jokes. And meanwhile, again, Dusty helps Meggy get out, and they try to escape. And there's forced dialogue, trying to act like these two have known each other for years, even though we only had like 2 videos with these two. It's not even 3. Heck, Psycho Bob and Granddad Mario had more videos of being villains than this girl. Like, again, this feels like wasted potential. It feels so forced, and I don't care. But then they get captured by Francis when he used Goku, who... Well, they should be dead! But, whatever, you know, we've seen these characters survive much worse. Well, I think this is also one of those worst ones. But, well, as long as they stay consistent, this is no problem, okay? It's fine. This video is average, though. I don't like this one that much. It's better than the last one, but, you know, that's not saying much. It's just the jokes that save it and a bit of cool action.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Good luck, and may God be with you.
That is something Toad would say, which again, why the hell is he not here? Like, this is such a waste of that character and the other half of the true cast. You could have had them in this fight. They don't even have to have like a big role. Again, this pisses me off. They could have just been helping. That's it. They don't need to do too much. But again, it just feels so weird that they're missing when they were obviously established as cast members of this group. But anyways, continuing, this beginning is actually not bad. It's the best part of this video, which sadly, it's gonna get worse. Trust me. Mario and half the true cast go out and fight an army of anime things, and it is fun. There are some good jokes, and I'll give a plus that Swag's actually funny again here.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
Still don't like you, but hey, you Chris and Swag fans, you're probably happy I'm actually saying he's funny again. Again, I want to be fair, okay? And I'd be lying if I say I didn't laugh when he did make a joke here. And also, 4 doesn't have a stupid Luke voice, which, although it's kind of weird and inconsistent because he did have that voice in the last few videos in this arc, I am glad I don't have to hear his voice here, because trust me, in the newer videos, for some unknown reason, Luke keeps trying to force his voice in 4, and it gets frustrating. I actually hate this voice. I don't, like, again, Luke cannot act. But continuing, yeah, it starts out fine, but we get to the worst parts, which are the Meggy, Dusty, and Axel parts, and I do not like it. So, like, Francis is distracted, so Axel and Dusty try to free themselves and free Meggy, who was put in the machine by Francis, and, you know, that's what she does mostly in the video. Meggy doesn't kick ass, even though that's also a waste opportunity. I was like, come on, you couldn't make her kick ass too. What? Now I'm going to talk about Francis as a villain. He kind of doesn't work at all, actually. They try to portray him as a real threat, but they also try to portray him as a joke at the same time, like a stupid dumbass weeb who likes a lot of waifus and all that. You know, only real motivation. But the thing is this, I couldn't really take him serious with any of this stuff. I don't know what specific moment were they trying to make me feel about him. Like, half the time we're supposed to see him as this evil, irredeemable, disgusting little cretin, and the other half we're supposed to see him as this funny, dumb idiot guy. Like, give this to the first 2 arcs with Bob and Wally. Actually, no, Bob, I couldn't even take him that serious either. But for Waluigi had some dumb moments, and yes, there were some jokes about him, but at least he wasn't stupid like Francis and didn't go this far, and I could see him as a legit threat. Anyways, Mario and the half of the true cast break in to free Meggy, and Dusty comes in and helps, and Axel too, I guess, when they fight some anime-like Black Angel character. I don't know where this character comes from. You can tell me in the comic section. But yeah, they have a fight, and it all goes well. Wait a minute, Steve?
Goat!
Okay, another reason why you should have contacted your other friends. If you called them at least, then he would have maybe told you, oh yeah, I'm right there, I'm in the base. Yeah, they could have easily solved this problem. They could have all found Maggie faster. But nah, let's put him here for a joke, even though that gives us more plot holes. Thank you so much. This is such great writing. Oh my gosh, this is painful. But anyways, yeah, they continue fighting, as I said, and... Okay, this video. You know what it did to me? It gave me this new scar. This new scar, you can see? You see this? It gave me a new scar. And there's so much wrong with this part. I have no idea how anyone would give this a pass or defend this. Okay, first off, the reason why Dusty's death is stupid, we've seen her and all these other characters survive much worse things. Let me just give Dusty's for example. She survived and a Kamehameha blast, which should absolutely kill her, and Maggie too. So you're telling me she could survive those other things, but a stab in the chest, which actually she might have a better chance surviving this than those, this is too much? And again, the other characters have survived much worse things. I already did a reference to this in my last video, the 2018. Let me just show it again.
Yeah.
Dead. Not the big surprise.
You see why this doesn't work? This is all stupid. This is the worst part. This actually ruins the video for me and many others. And now, in random occasions, they for some reason force a death, which still doesn't make any sense. None of these characters should be dead. They just try to force some stupid drama, and I will absolutely talk about that stupid BS they try to force on us with Maggie crying about Dusty's death in the next video. Trust me. But for now, yeah, this part actually lowered the video down. This video could have just been a mixed bag, but no, this moment ruined it for me. This video is bad. I'm sorry.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Well, here we are. Final hours. It is f***ing miserable to rewatch again. This video gets worse and worse as time goes by. And I'm gonna tell you why. Aside from the stupid forced death of Dusty, which apparently is now permanent, and she's not coming back, which already I shouldn't explain why this is forced and so stupid and doesn't make any sense. But, you know, I'm not gonna repeat myself. I already said in the last episode, so let's talk about this right now. Aside from that death, is they try to force us to feel sad and cry, but then they also force silly jokes like, woohoo, look, Francis is such an idiot, look at these funny jokes, and this hurts me because some of these jokes are actually funny, but it doesn't work because they're trying to force us this drama.
To protect the world from devastation.
To unite all people within our nation.
Hey, we don't have time for this. Fire.
That is a funny joke, but it doesn't work because you're forcing the stupid drama. We're supposed to feel sad, and I'm distracted more on that garbage. Also, Francis could easily win if he unleashes more powerful anime beings, so his defeat feels so forced, like, oh my god. Then later there's a Shaggy and Goku fight, and again, that is funny too, but I couldn't laugh because of this stupid forced drama again.
Damn, something smells good.
You're supposed to be dead.
As everything ends and Francis is defeated, by the way, in a confusing way, because they're still trying to make us feel worried for the characters, but also make Francis scream in pain, but in a sillier way. And as the base blows up and everyone leaves, they accidentally left Maggie. But then Shaggy comes up and takes Maggie up in the sky and saves her. And now she's human. How? I first saw this when it came out. I actually did laugh hard, and I thought this was just gonna be a one thing. But now, I actually wanted to punch my screen. But anyways, yeah, after all that stupidity, they all go to Dusty's funeral, which, yeah, this is also very awful. And I cannot believe people are still defending this garbage. It is not well written at all. So we're supposed to believe Maggie's just destroyed, that, you know, she lost us, like, I'm never gonna see you again. I miss you so much. I love you. What the f? These two are not that close. They barely know each other. The first time they met was in 2018, and that was one video, and then they met up again 2 more times. The relationship were nemesis. They were not best friends or like childhood friends. They were not sisters or lovers. They were none of those things. And now we're supposed to believe that oh, they were so close. I don't feel anything. I was stupefied. It is so BS. This is bad. This is awful. I don't care what you stands of force say to me. This is horrible writing. For all the faults of Metal Blade 5's video, which again, yeah, it's a very crappy video. Half his criticisms are bad. Criticism about this scene and the forced drama, he's right. He's absolutely right about these. No, this is stupid. Also, if we have to accept Dusty's death and believe this is possible, there are actually many other ways to revive her. They have so many options, yet they don't think about it. Let me give you 3 big examples. I know there's probably more, but let's just stick with these 3, okay? 1, the one-up mushroom. They could use it and revive Dusty easily. And if you want to make the excuse that it only works on Mushroom Kingdom people, then let's go to 2. Get Master Hand to revive her. He could do this easily. He's done it by just snapping his fingers. I know these characters don't have the best relationship with him, but it's worth a try. Plus, he cares more about fighting. So, knowing that Dusty's a very well fighter, he might as well consider it and revive her just to put her in matches, which is better than nothing. And 3, they could do time traveling. They have Professor Egak. He's made time machines, and the characters could ask for him to borrow it. And if he doesn't let them, who cares? Mario ignores Professor Egag anyway. Like, he's done this before. He changed time without a care. So no, even if death is possible in the 4 universe, Dusty should already be revived by these 3 options. And there's probably more that you guys can mention in the comments. But yeah, the fact that I listed these 3 big reasons why the permanent death does not work at all even more is even worse. And it wasn't even that hard to think of. Yeah, people fell for this shit. And the worst part is, yeah, even I did somewhat. I mean, I wasn't crying or anything, unlike other commenters who said, oh, I was so sad, I was crying in tears. I don't believe them. This is going to the bottom of the list. This technically isn't the worst video, as there are worse videos in the future, and even 2 in this year, but the reason why this is going so low is because of what it did to the channel. I will never forgive this video. And I can see why some people say this is the worst video in their opinion, because this did cause the worst of the channel in the future.
Yeah. Yahoo! That's so nice.
That also just doesn't work anymore because Mario and Maggie's friendship gets ruined in the future. So yeah, f that, I guess. But yeah, this video, just no. I'm just no. Also, f you, Luke and Kevin, for saying that BS about changing Maggie to improve her character. We all know you both just did this to make merch out of her. I just want to go and move on and never touch this again. If you don't want to watch this stupid art cover, you want to watch a war video, SMD965 got you covered, luckily. And yeah, we're going to move on. I'm never going to touch this video again. Wait a minute. Why are Bowser and Bowser Jr. and Jeebs and Shroomy here? They don't know Dusty. Why are they acting so sad? I get why the other Inklings and Octolings would be here, but why these guys? What the
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
No more Band-Aid! We're done with that! Anyways, how is this video? It's average. After the stupid anime war, Peach wants Mario to clean up the house. Same with some of the cast members, which, wait a minute, what the f? Why are they cleaning up too? They don't live here. They're just visitors, especially Bob. What the? But yeah, that's the plot. It's just not really a great video. There are 2 funny jokes and some fine moments. Like, I do like the part where Mario helps human Maggie clean up the house. And, you know, it's wholesome, it's cute. And by the way, you see, look at Kevin, it's not that hard to make these 2 likable. All you gotta do is make more scenes like that. Like, sure, I hate the human change. It should have never happened. It makes no sense. Like, again, how the she turned human. But, you know, if we're gonna stick with this, I'd rather have more moments like this. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. Ooh, also the bunny with the gun returns. It's kind of cool too, I guess.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Wow, this was actually pretty good. Very funny. Mario gets a job in McDonald's and has to help Chris and Swag, which, by the way, they're a very funny trio. I actually did enjoy all three of them here. Again, I don't like Swag very much. I'm okay with Chris though, but yeah, I enjoyed their banter. And they have to do a very great job or they're gonna get murdered by their boss, Ron McDonald. And I'm not gonna lie, he is very hilarious. I like when they watch the training videotapes. I actually really like this one. After witnessing the last half of that stupid anime arc, I feel like I needed this. It's really great. It's going up higher just for making me laugh a lot. The only negative I have with this video is, although the Ron McDonald in this video is hilarious, I wish they used this one.
I want this place squeaky clean, all right? I want it squeaky clean, and you better be loving it while you do it, okay? Come on.
I'm mopping the floor. What do you mean? I can't mop it.
I bet you're not loving it.
I am loving it. I love it here. I love McDonald's.
How much are you loving it? Are you loving it? I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
You know what? Never mind. I think this is too much.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario destroys the castle. What is this, like the 1,000th time this happened? But anyways, continuing. This video is just fine. I wasn't really laughing too much. It was mostly average. It got better in the last few minutes. Mario and Luigi accidentally turned a toad into a monster. So he steals the Switch as revenge and tries to put dangerous traps, almost killing them and stuff like that. By the way, that's not the toad they hang out with. It's a random toad. But yeah, it's not that great. I prefer the first Mario Maker video over this one. But, you know, it's still fine if you want to check it out. And hey, at least this time they got the right game for the Switch.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
This video sucks! Just get over this one quick! Human Maggie's depressed and she acts so stupid and attacks everyone, and Mario just doesn't seem to care. And I feel like this is the start of the decline of their friendship, and the drama with her and missing Dusty just feels so forced. I just did not care. I did not care. Again, it's not just the death that makes no sense. They barely know each other, and if this was Tari, I at least understand. I mean, again, I would not want her to die either. Death should never be permanent in SMG4, but these two at least appear more than 3 videos together. But no, we had to pick an obscure character back in just to kill her off to force emotion and make us feel like, oh, she was a much bigger character than what she actually was. And also, this video is not funny. It is lame. It's annoying. I just do not care for this one. Skip it.
He's right, you know. Hey, get the off me! No!
Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Fun fact! This is the first time Luke nor Kevin edit. Anyways, this one's actually pretty nice to watch. I feel like we're going back and forth from garbage to good videos. I don't know how to feel about that. We just get to see the average lives of some of the cast members. Mario and Luigi are at home and the girls and Bob and Boomkins are doing their own thing. Those sections, they're just okay. There were some decent jokes, but it's not the best. However, I do love the sections with Bowser and 3, which not only is it just a surprising fun return of these two villains, but it's just hilarious what they do. And the same applies for Wario and Waluigi. I think that those segments save the video. Steve is obviously the best one. Of course, Steve is the GOAT. He lives outside because he wants to, because he can. And you can't judge him. Nothing special, but it's still a pretty decent time.
The ratings are in. The show's canceled.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
My name's Tom.
Mario plays with Tari's hand and accidentally gets them trapped in the game they were playing. So they have to find a way out, and they meet his game counter. Wait a minute! His game counterpart should look exactly like him. Isn't Mario like a celebrity since he works for Nintendo in this universe? Although, to be fair, they probably were playing a knockoff game, so maybe that's why his counterpart just doesn't look right and everything else there. But really, most of the video is just Mario and Tari fighting against knockoffs, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I do like some of the fighting, especially the final, okay, I was about to say fight, but it's not really. It ends in a weird way, but it did make me laugh hard, so I'll give it a pass here. Not gonna go up high or anything, but it's still fun.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Mario hangs out with his friends on the beach until an alien crashes down and Mario looks up and sees it and then he decides to name him Greg. Wait a minute, is that even legal? They hang out, have a lot of fun memories until Area 51 kidnaps him. So Mario tries to rescue him. This one's actually going up high because this one has a lot of hilarious moments. Also creative and fun. I also love that they reference Area 64 being a separate thing from Area 51 where those guys take bootlegs and these guys take aliens. It's a pretty cool detail. And the ending climax is very awesome. I love that Mario teams up with Shroomy to save Greg and they have a badass moment. It's so cool and awesome. I just love this video. It's very great.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Kind of weird they're calling this if Mario was in Minecraft. This isn't the first time he's been to Minecraft before. I vividly remember he's been going to Minecraft since 2012. But continuing, how is this video? It's amazing! Of course it is! Yeah, Steve! Steve! Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Mario digs a hole underground so deep he falls to the Minecraft world, which, wait a minute, isn't the Minecraft world in another dimension? Doesn't it take a portal to get there? But continuing, Mario lands in Minecraft world and he gets help from Steve the Chad, obviously, who tries to help him get back up to the surface, which is very kind of you. That's why Steve is the best, okay? He's helping others and he really cares about everyone. But while they're at it, for the thank you, Rocket, that he is, just doesn't care and just leaves him there. Mario tries to survive Minecraft world with Steve, and yes, it's hilarious, which, by the way, I'm starting to run out of a lot of words. I noticed I've been saying hilarious or funny a bunch of times. Please do not make a drinking game about how many times I say that. I think you'd all be dead by now. And there's a lot of cool action where they fight the Minecraft monsters and an evil wizard with his computer. That climax was very awesome. Also, how it ends is satisfying and hilarious too. I'm not gonna say specifically how they defeat him because I think you guys should watch it yourselves. And also, Fort gets taken down in a satisfying way too, and that one I also don't want to spoil. Trust me, it's very much worth it. But yeah, this is a fantastic video. Love this one. And yes, I want to say this is better than the Minecraft movie. I hate that movie. That movie was awful. Chicken doggy, shut the up. It was never funny.
I'm Steve.
You. Anyways, let's move on to the next video before I lose my mind since I really hate that movie. I'm sorry, guys.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Oh, I've wasted my life.
Oh my god, that's how I feel when making these videos. Anyways, Mario, Bob, and Boomkins are fishing.
Don't hurt my fishing friend.
But then they decide to follow Axel and end up joining him in, you guessed it, a treasure hunt. I mean, I don't know why this had to be a big reveal. It's literally the title of the video. It could have just started with Axel recruiting these three to help him find the treasure. But yeah, it's just another standard adventure, which again, I do enjoy these type of videos. The interaction and dynamic with these four are fine. I enjoy it, although I wish they had more characters like Toad, Bowser, and preferably not a stupid Meggy. It's not bad. There are some funny moments, and the treasure hunt can be exciting. It also ends in a way where you kind of want to see what happens next.
Don't go, everybody, don't go.
Luke and Kevin trying to tell the audience that this isn't an arc, even though this could have just been a short one. It could have just been a fun one. Not every arc has to be long, forced, stupid drama, and too much complicated lore that doesn't make any sense. Come on. You could have arcs that are just normal. It's not that hard to understand. But anyways, let's see why this is a two-parter. What made this concept so special that they had to make a two-parter?
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
We continue the story where Mario and the small group find the lost city of gold, and most of the video is just them being worshipped as gods by the Teletubbies, and they just enjoy the rich life while Axel looks for his pen that was taken from the last video. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that Axel's pen was taken from the last video. I thought that I could just save that fact for this video because they actually touch upon this more there, but that's pretty much about it. Again, aside from some funny moments, I just don't care too much. The obvious happens. If you've seen any type of episode of any show that has a plot like this, you know the basics. Things go wrong when they get find out that they're frauds and they escape the land and stuff like that. Boo-hoo, yeah. The only difference is in the end, Axel had to use his pen to save the day. I will say this though, I kind of wish we had more small arcs like this to develop the characters. Like, can you imagine if we had more like this, but for every other character we actually care about? I think people would look more positively at Modern 4. But nonetheless, Luke and Kevin just don't care. They already stated that they just don't give a shit of what fans actually want. Their channel is dead, so it's too late to even tell them anything anymore. Oh yeah, this video's decent.
I would like one cheeseburger.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
So, 4 posts cringe. Okay. This was made at a time where 4 was mostly still respected, and the thing he post is honestly passable, really. It's not that bad. Actually, it's better than anything afterwards. Jesus, why is something that is supposed to be intentionally cringe more funny than the comedy in the later years? But anyways, 4 then loses a lot of subscribers, so he goes to Susan. Yes, that's Susan. Originally, I was gonna make a joke about her, but continuing, it turns out his channel was hacked too, by 3. So 4 and Mario try to get the channel back, while 3 tries to make 4 lose all his subs. You know, 3, you'd easily win if you just post something very offensive, like, I don't know, make fun of an atrocity or something. But, hey, I'm not the bad guy, I guess, so let the real villain think about it. The rest of the video is 4 trying to get his channel back and also his subs. And yeah, I keep saying this, but it's just a fine video. Again, there's some funny moments. You know, you can watch if you want. Although I really don't care about 4. He is not really the most likable person. I could care less.
Boy, you ain't got any sense in that head, do you?
You son of a bitch!
Oh, Mamma mia!
Shut up!
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? 4? Seriously, he's not the most charming or likable character in the series. I love it more when he gets the shit beat out of him. Or if the video focuses on any other true cast members. I always preferred him as just one of the side characters like Mr. Krabs. Sadly, they try to star him more in the future and that becomes a bigger problem. But we'll get to that when that happens. This video is passable. It's okay.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
This one, despite having a what the F thumbnail, seriously, what is with those green ass ugly hands? Why couldn't you just make them blocky? Oh, get them away. This video is actually pretty fun. So the plot is simple. Things are getting more blockier because of some block virus, and Human Maggie's the first one to notice and tries to warn everybody. So they all go and look for Steve for help. Yes, Steve the Goat has his amazing moments. He has his time to shine and tries to provide with the materials they'll need to fix this problem. And the rest of the journey is just Mario, Luigi, and Human Maggie trying to reset the world. I do think Luke and Kevin should have looked back at this video if they want us to like these characters, because I think all 3 of them very well work in this video. They all have their own moments.
No.
They're all likable, and yes, I'm shocked to say, but Human Maggie actually is pretty decent here. I actually enjoyed her. Luke and Kevin should have kept her consistent like this, where she still has a level of respect for Mario. Sometimes they'll have small arguments, but she still treats them mostly well. Like, you could tell that they're good friends. Like with Mario and Inkling Maggie, where their friendship felt so real. And also giving Mario and Luigi some interactions too. It makes you care more for them. And that's what I love about some of these rare gems. I do think that this is a fun video. I wish we had the Inkling Maggie just so I could put this video in the SMD965 timeline, but oh well, what am I gonna do? Sadly, it's not canon to that because, well, we got Human Maggie here. I still do miss Inkling Maggie. Although technically she did live on in other side channels, so hey, at least she's not permanently dead. Somewhat. But yeah, another good video.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Okay, I don't hate this one, but I'm gonna be quick because there isn't really much. Mario and Sans are trapped in Master Hand's building and are forced to fight opponents. However, Sans defies Master Hand, having other plans, So Master Hand tries to punish him and beat him up all the time, but it does nothing. That is the entire video. Now again, I said I don't hate it because the jokes are fine and Sans is a decent character. I don't love him or anything, but I wouldn't mind him coming back. I mean, at least he's not an annoying OP character like those stupid... Okay, calm down. The only interesting thing about this video is that Mario surprisingly is acting more normal than usual. I have no idea why.
No. You son of a bitch! Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Holy shit! This is one of the worst videos I've ever seen in the entire channel. And this shocked me because I actually forgot about this video. I didn't remember anything about this one until I went back to rewatch 2019 for this video. I'm just gonna say what happens. So Mario destroys the castle. Oh my gosh, again! Can we stop now? Why are we making a big deal out of this? You're just forcing conflict! This is stupid! Duh! But anyways, this, for some reason, pisses off the modern cast. By the way, I'm gonna start calling them modern cast because half the true cast isn't here. And they act completely different now. But anyways, they get pissed off for some reason, even though most of them don't even live here, so why do they care? But yeah, they take Mario to Professor Egag to wipe his brain out and turn him smart. This basically kills Mario. Once he turns smart, he's like a completely different person, and none of his friends seem to give a shit. This basically assassinates all these characters. And it's kind of disgusting, actually, when you think about it. Not once do they think of missing the old Mario. I have mentioned that ever since 2015 with the soccer video, he's become a better friend, brother, and care for all these people. And yeah, sure, they may argue at times. No matter what, they'd always have each other's back. But now, this video just says, it. Let's just make these characters get upset at him for destroying that goddamn castle, which they don't even live at. I would have believed this more if this was Peach and Toadsworth, because they are not his friends. I'd understand there, and I think it would have been better if they did it instead, making him smart, and the other cast members actually miss the old Mario and feel bad. But that doesn't happen. So we gotta deal with this stupid plot, and yeah, Smart Mario is not funny. All he does is smart jokes. Yay! They could have also made this funny if Mario's smartness was counterbalanced with the other characters getting a little wackier than they usually are because they miss his old self. But no, we were stuck with these jokes. But then later, Mario ends up getting frustrated because he wants to eat more pasta. Yes, he still has the pasta addiction despite being smart. And then chaos ensues, where he almost takes over the world, and so the Mario cast tries to bring him back. Yeah, no, it wasn't because they miss him. It was because they realized that Smart Mario is worst. What a good group of friends you are. You all deserve this, honestly. Especially for which he is such a prick here that you actually root more for Mario than this asshole. Also, it kind of contradicts his main point of just wanting to make money out of him making videos and stuff like that. I thought you wanted him to be stupid. Again, I felt like this was just forced for conflict and for an idea for a video, and no, it does not work at all. And where the hell is Toad? Oh wait, he's just here for a joke. I mean, that's better than what the future does to him, so. It all ends where they get Smart Bob to bring Mario back, and he's cringeworthy to listen to.
Now I can calculate the square root of smashing your...
No. And when they bring them all back, do they say sorry? No! Great. This video is awful. The only small positive I have is that when Smart Mario talks, they creatively made his subtitles look more different from everyone else. But no, that's basically it. I have no positives. This is the worst one so far. Let's just throw this thing to the trash and move on. I'm never touching this video again.
Know your fucking place, trash.
If you want to watch a video where Mario turns smart and his friends try to bring him back, and they actually miss him, and just go watch the newest video me and SMD965 worked on.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
This one is just forgettable. I really don't care about this one that much. Mario waits in line for pasta and he finds ways to cut in. I actually kind of feel bad for the people in line. There are, again, some fine jokes.
Put that gun away.
But it all ends abruptly and quick. I just don't care about this one that much. Skip, next.
Come on! Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Okay, this isn't as bad as the Smart Mario video, but it's still painful to watch. So Atari's excited to get the new Smash Bros. Game. Wait a minute, that fast? But the last one came out in 2018. Whatever, this isn't even the worst retcon or inconsistency Luke and Kevin has ever made. But anyways, after Atari gets the game, she accidentally hits Wario. So as repayment, Wario takes the game, and for the next few minutes, Tari's gonna cry like a little bitch. Yes, I'm not kidding. Shoot me. But not to worry, later on, Human Maggie and Psycho come in and help her. They train her up so she can defend herself and fight back against any bully who attacks or harasses her. And after all that training, it's pointless. No, I'm not joking. After her training, she goes back to confront Wario, but she's still a scaredy cat. So instead, Mario and Luigi are the ones who beat up Wario. Then later, Tari takes all the credit, believing she actually confronted her bully. And so kids, the message is, don't actually confront your bullies if they're hurting or beating you. Just cry like a little bitch and hope someone else does the work for you. Yeah, that's a great message. I think it would have been better if Tari actually did beat the shit out of Wario. That could have been kind of funny. Or I don't know, she first maybe tried to hit Wario. However, she's no match, but then she gets help and she joins in. You could have gave her some empowerment, but no. What a garbage video. It's not funny and it has a bad moral. And Tari gets flanderized. She wasn't this much of a scaredy cat. The only thing that's worth mentioning is that when Wario makes fun of Waluigi, he actually does feel bad for him, which is kind of a nice, interesting moment. I do remember from someone, they comment to me that apparently what they said after the Waluigi arc, they promised to explore more of Wario and Waluigi's friendship. Also, the rest of the true cast members. Yeah, thanks for lying, asshole.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Again, I have no thoughts on another random average video. There was no real idea. You know what? I got an idea. Why don't I get someone else to review this video since I actually don't have too much to say? Hey, Villa!
Yeah?
Can you help me out? I actually don't have much to say, and I think it'd be more fun if you say something about this yourself.
You mean the Untitled Goose episode from 2019 I don't think even Luke remembers? Yeah, why not? I don't remember it that much, but it's definitely better than Boys vs. Girls, so yeah, let's watch it. Well, it sure was. But I also understand why you don't have much to say about it. It's whatever. I didn't really enjoy the plot that much. I think it would have been way more interesting if they gave Mario a reason to do what the goose tells him to do. Like, everything happens just because, and it's not very funny in my opinion. I chuckled a couple times, but that's it. It's not a really interesting episode. It's not bad, but it's pretty forgettable. 5 out of 10, I don't have much to say about it. I hope I helped you, and call me anytime soon if you need me.
Thanks, bro.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
After those last few disappointing videos, we're back to comedy gold. Okay, well, it's not crazy hilarious, but it's still funny. And it's a Halloween special, which usually Luke and Kevin are actually not that bad at making these specials. They have been consistently good since 2014. So Luigi gets kidnapped by Pennywise, so it's up to Mario, 4, Toad, and Boomkins to rescue him. Wait a minute, Toad's back? Yes! Oh my gosh! After 20 videos or something, Toad's finally getting a big role in the cast. I'm so happy for him. Especially since you gotta remember, Toad was part of a trio with Luigi and Mario since 2011. So you can't just get rid of him when he's been around for so long. What they do with him is hilarious. Even though for most of the video, he's almost dead and Boomkins has to carry him. But still, he at least has a role. And the interactions with these characters are all pretty good. I was shocked to say that I wasn't actually that annoyed by 4 here. Although maybe that's because they were more limited with this one. He's actually passable here. But yeah, I love them entering the haunted house. It's very fun and creative. And Pennywise is a fun threat. Although he's not really scary in the video. And by the way, I did watch the It movies and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really scared of him. I was actually laughing at him shaking the cameras and all that. I don't know. I think I was more scared of the needles in the second movie than the clown himself. But that's just me. That's personal. This one is another absolute recommendation. There's also a great return of Slender Man, which, again, he's always a joy.
No one wants to play with the clown anymore.
Another fun time.
Peace. Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Mario and 4 get into a fight for reasons. And then X is back and announces the War of the Fatalions 2019. Wait a minute, it doesn't force an arc finale? This is great! Yeah, this one is actually a pretty good video. It's not as good as the 2015, 16, 17, and especially 18 video, but it's still pretty fun. Some of the challenges are creative, there are laughs, and again, it doesn't try to shoehorn in a connection with the arcs as the finales, which gets old in the future and also makes it worse. Mostly because the newer arcs have horrible writing. Seriously, the only one that worked was Waluigi arc, but after that, they should have just stopped. It was a really fun time, and I'm gonna miss when these were just fun and not trying to be anything more. Also, Steve is the best part! All the other characters are enjoyable, yeah, sure, but the real Steve, yes, the real Steve, is peak.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What an asshole!
3's based! Even he knows 4 is a horrible friend to Mario.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Yup, it got so cold that now I'm wearing a scarf. Deal with it. So Mario steals Toadsworth's taxi, and he ends up doing his job, giving many other characters rides. And yes, despite a simple premise, it's pretty fun. I really did enjoy all the moments he had with Luigi when he's driving him to get a haircut, and with Shroomy, which gets into a middle of a race between Bowser. By the way, yeah, Yoshi's pretty good here too, which is also shocking because I don't like him. I also do like the moment he had with Human Maggie. It's very wholesome, which again, Luke and Kevin, if you made the relationship consistent like this, less and less Inkling Maggie lovers would be this upset. Did have a great time with all the moments in this video. Although I will admit, I kind of feel bad for Toadsworth. Yeah, I know he's a jerk, but he actually didn't really do anything wrong here, so it's kind of harsh. But hey, at least Mario also gets back at 4. You know, kind of worth it.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
Well, here it is. The video I bet most of you were excited for me to talk about. Not only is this one of the most hated videos in the entire channel, but it's also the lowest rated video on IMDb. We all know how bad it is, but is it the worst video in the entire channel? No, I think there are worse videos in the future. Although, is it the worst of this year? That's a much better debate. You might be shocked, but I think this is the second worst video in the year.
You serious?
Hear me out for a bit. Yes, this video is awful. It doesn't deserve any sort of good reviews. It doesn't deserve any sort of praise, but I actually think this is better than the Smart Mario video. That video not only assassinated the characters, but it wasn't funny at all. I didn't laugh once. But for here, there was actually 3 or 4 jokes that made me laugh. Like, I'm not kidding. I laughed when we saw the buff Shroomy statue. Oh yeah, this one's the best one.
Would you guys consider jacking off to be a sport?
You guys can thank me, because these are the only good things in this awful video. And yeah, it's not worth looking back. The boys and girls go to camping and they get competitive and start doing pranks at each other, and some of them go too far. The girls somehow are worse. Yeah, we're supposed to see the boys as the bad ones here. Don't get me wrong, the boys are not innocent either, but the girls did much worse things. Like, for example, Tari did get sexually assaulted, and later on they got the boys eaten by a giant fish, which probably should have killed them if they were consistent with death. But then later on, they try to force us to feel bad for the girls when Tari gets hit by a bear and cries, and Mario makes fun of her. No, that doesn't help me. That doesn't make me feel bad for her or the other girls. That just makes me hate Mario too.
Oh, I'm also not going to talk about what Human Maggie says. Everyone already said this is BS, and yes, I agree, but still.
But the ending was even worse. It's a big middle finger. The boys apologize, but the girls don't, because they're still petty bitches here. And instead, do a shooting game on them. And I get Mario a bit, even though, again, the girls did worse things. But Bowser and Axel felt sorry. Also, the start of the comedy trend of Mario being a whiny brat and Human Maggie beating the shit out of him. Yeah, those are never funny. That really hurts the friendship these two had. But yeah, the video ends, and yeah, good golly gee, yeah, this is still a terrible video. Although, personally for me, it's number 2. But I really do understand why you all would consider this the number 1. Anyways, I'm glad that we're done with this one. I'm never gonna have to talk about it again, and we can move on to other terrible videos in the future. The rest we talk about, at best, are just gonna be decently good, and at worst, just normal bad. But honestly, I'll take it after this.
Every single day I got in the kitchen.
4's running out of memes! He started to run out of memes since 2020! But anyways, he sees a bad comment from Bowser Jr., so he goes to his house and tries to beat the shit out of him. And yet his fans keep telling me I'm a bigger whiner, and also, then he tries to go back to being funny and get better. I don't care about 4, okay? This video is whatever, there's some okay jokes, but I really just don't care about 4. He was never really a likable character again, so I don't know why they're trying to force another focus on him. He works as a side character. Oh yeah, also, Human Meggy has a TikTok. Wow, do we live in one of the worst timelines. Wait, what?
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Weird that Mario's in the thumbnail because he doesn't appear in the video at all. But I'm not complaining. This video is actually very creative and very funny. Luigi, Shroomy, and Boomkins are playing with dolls, but then they see the return of the Ouija dolls and they attack them in the uprising, so they go to an ice cream fridge and freeze there for 500 years. Where later, they wake up and see what would actually happen if the Ouija dolls actually succeeded and took over the world. Then later, they get saved and meet Mario's great-great-great-great-great-grandson. Yeah, that's right, Mario. Just please don't ask who.
Oh yeah, then later they go to his base and then they question how to stop the Ouija uprising. And also they acknowledge that Professor Egag's great-great-great-great-great-grandson made a time machine. Coincidentally, at the same time, these characters are here. So they could just all go there and, yeah, you know.
There is some kind of BS thing that it took so many EGAGs from different generations to make a time machine when literally in 2015 it just took, I don't know, few months or few days. What the happened? But yeah, aside from that plot hole that kind of breaks the video, this is still pretty fun. I kind of wish this was a 3-parter. They could have easily made this longer and it could have been its own small story. And also, this trio is very fun. I think Luigi, Boomkins, and Shroomy play out with each other very well. I don't know if they ever became a trio again after this, which if they never did afterwards, that's really a shame and feels like a waste. But yeah, for the most part, I really do think this is a worthy sequel to the Ouija video, which I think didn't really age that well too much. It's not bad, but I think this one might be better. So yeah, let's go into another recommendation.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
This is a parody of MHA, which by the way, I'm a fan of. I have a lot of the mangas. I have a lot of the posters, which by the way, all the characters in this poster are my favorite characters, except for Bakugo. I don't like him that much. I also own some of the figures, a lot actually. I'm still collecting more. I also even own this funny merch that is not official, but it's the President Zero meme. But still, just because this is a parody of a series I like, doesn't mean it's automatically good. So how is it? It's kind of mixed. So Mario and most of the cast members have their own quirks, and I will give credit, most of them are original. Although weirdly enough, the only ones that are not are Captain Falco's and Mario. They're the only two who have quirks from people in the series. I get why Captain Falco has All Might's power. He's supposed to be a parody of All Might himself, so I'm okay with that. But for Mario, it's confusing because he has Kendo's quirk? Of all characters? Like, I don't hate Kendo. I like her. I even put her in the ranking of characters I had a crush on when I was 16. Actually, I think I liked almost all the females except for Pony and this thing. But still, it feels random. She's not a main character or even one of the class members of Class A. Maybe this is just a coincidence. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's just because Mario sometimes grows his hands, I guess. But I don't know, I couldn't get out of my head. And yeah, the rest of the video is just the training arc, which is very short in the anime. And then later they tease us the USJ arc, which could have started here, and that would have been more fun. Oh, fun fact, Shigaraki and I share the same birthday. There was so much they could have done with this. There could have been cool fights that are funny, but no. That's just teased in the end. And nothing comes out of it because it turns out all this was just Axel's fake movie he made up. Thanks. Kind of lowers the video down for me. Again, there's some good jokes. I'm kind of glad they used a bit more of the other cast members. Although, why couldn't Toad or Steve be here? You could have easily gave them their funny-ass quirks too. Like, for Toad, he has the dick gun from the Wild Wild West video, and Steve could shoot blocks and all that shit. Again, you're wasting these characters. If you want a parody of MHA, I guess watch Joyride's abridged dub.
Bring your own gay boyfriend here and save me!
Also, it gave us President Zero meme. Yes! President Zero is the one I voted for last year. He's the true president.
Hero what?
Yeah, I haven't seen the news.
What do I look like to you, a rube? I don't watch the news. I react to the news.
Such wise words.
Hey, that's not a quote.
Shroomy, my boy. I think Gunhead Mustard and Lady the Gat would say otherwise.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
Whoa! Another video where Mario and Human Meggy are likable!
What a twist!
So, Human Meggy gets mistaken from a mother penguin for being a small baby penguin, so she gets kidnapped. So Mario tries to rescue her, and when he does, they get to more crazier situations, and then the last half they get trapped in floating ice. I like how their friendship is portrayed. It feels like Mario and Inkling Meggy's bond, which, again, that's the best versions of these two. That's the real friendship. So I could give it applause. I actually do think Mario and Human Meggy are both likable here, and I actually care for them, so this one gets a lot of pluses. And I do believe Luke and Kevin should have looked back at this more often and wrote the friendship more like this. Then I probably would have not been a modern SMG4 hater. I would have just said, the character dynamics are good, but the humor is just not as good as it used to be. You know, that probably would have been a better universe we'd be living in. But anyways, I appreciate this video. Really chill.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
So the gang leaves Mario behind because he overslept, so he's left with Toad. Until Toad leaves him to get laid. Well, if it's with Kinoko in the end of MHA, then wow, he's such a lucky mushroom. Although, wait a minute, she ended up with Shihai. Wait, Toad, don't! But continuing, the rest of the video is basically Home Alone. Except for it's technically not even Home Alone. It's Castle Alone. Because Mario's left in a castle. Wario and Luigi try to break in the castle, and Mario has to protect himself. Yeah, it's all decent. The jokes are hit or miss, though. Yes, Steve! But I do like the ending where Mario's friends come back and they beat up Wario and Luigi. That was pretty good. Although this is not as good as the 2015 or 17 Christmas specials. Those ones just had a special magic, and this one just kind of feels like it's missing that. But hey, it's not bad.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen.
I made a mistake in the 2017 video because I thought that was the only time they ever made a New Year's special. I was wrong, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not perfect either. You know what? I'm gonna save my feelings for later about this video because it's a strange feeling. So Mario and the gang go to a carnival, which, by the way, I love those settings. I don't know why. They just feel so whimsical. The gang split up with one group having Mario, Luigi, Bowser, and 4. Another group has Human Meggy, Tari, Psycho, and the last group with Bob and Boomkins and Axel.
And Shroomy.
Now, these groups just play different types of games and they hang out. It's fine. I actually do enjoy this. Although weirdly enough, they did something strange with Psycho. She wears a mask and it seems like they're gonna do something with it, but they just don't do anything at all. Why even put that in the video?
Why?
And by the way, Chris is swaggered there too, I guess, but they were in this video. This video isn't really that funny. Although when we got to the end with the fireworks and all that, I did feel some sort of emotion. The way it ends is decent. It's not amazing. I mean, if Toad and Steve the Great was in this video, then maybe it would have been higher. Like, come on, Steve is the best character in the franchise. You absolutely should have put him in this finale too. But seriously, I actually did feel something here. It felt like it was the end of an era, the mix era. And it felt like I was gonna have to say goodbye, and I feel like I'm okay with that. This video is still just okay, but I'm putting it a little bit higher for personal reasons. And also because it's on my list, so I can do whatever I want with it.
Every single day I gotta clean up the kitchen. But screaming at me saying scrub all of the dishes. And Junior's a gremlin, he's a monster I live with. That's the reason why I quit, cause I just reached my limit. The struggle is real, I need a new job. I worked as a plumber and I once was a cop. I shot a black guy and I planted a gun by his leg. I quit the plumber job cause I got poop on my head. Worked at the call center, really got on my nerves. They were so rude, that's not what I deserve. I'm a security guard at a pizza place. The monsters came alive when stayed too late. I just quit Bowser, he treats me like a slave. Always make me watch his brat, but I barely get paid. But I hate these other jobs, I don't know what to do. Yo, your life sucks. Yo, you don't have a clue. Man, I hate my life. Man, I hate my life. Man, I hate my life.
So 2017 is still a 9 out of 10, and 2018 is also a 9 out of 10. They're both tie. I love them both. For 2019, it gets a 6 out of 10. I was thinking a 5 because there were some really awful videos, but looking back, The best videos kind of saved this year a bit. Again, this year is very mixed. Even some mixed fans don't like this year that much. It kind of deserves some slandering, but I don't know, man. I actually can't fully hate this year. It's not all bad. There were still some gems there. I was originally gonna say that I would rather watch other atrocities I've witnessed, but then my plans changed since Luke and Kevin said recently that their channel is ending. So I decided to instead talk about this situation. Many fans are asking me, what do I think? I really don't care, actually. They're not the same cast I grew up with from 2015 to the first half of 19. So it doesn't really mean anything for me that the newer years ended. I will say this though, despite me not caring for the future years, and I will talk about them later in the future, I should tell Luke and Kevin. For all my criticisms of them, I want to thank them. They did make my childhood and many others. And without them, I don't think I would have ever gotten where I have a decent amount of subscribers. I met SMD965, which now we are working on some of our own videos, which by the way takes more inspiration from the eras we love. Now I've seen many disappointing sequels or reboots or whatever the heck you want to call them. Those I could just ignore and just focus on the originals and stick with them. If you like the newer stuff, I guess that's fine. And I'll always hold a special place for 2013 to 2018 and even the first half of 19. I want to put one last thing. I want you guys to stick around. I have one more thing, and it's a love letter and a goodbye to the years I love. The songs from Garrett, William. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but you know, this guy has cool music. You may know him more for the Finance of Freddy's Not Scary videos, but I think his music's underrated. And I really do love his Jump Up Superstar version, so I decided to use his song. So again, go check his channel out. He made the song. He's great. I try to put every video I love, and I put most of them. I couldn't put everything, but yeah. I hope you guys love it, and see you all for 2020.
Hello!
My wife.
Okay, Peter!
Do you recall? Whoa!
Son of a!
Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom.
And every moment was to join your extension. Every moment of the ride is just a treasure. And all the battles that we fought, we won together. Now I stand here and I'm ready to the sky.